Continue to give us revelation and vision and courage to create a place where it's safe to be honest without fear of rejection. A place where our honesty now opens the door for assistance and help, which then leads to healing and deliverance. It's not an easy task, God. Especially not in an institution that has, over the years, created a false need to pretend you've got it all together. Even though you announced at your arrival to the church that you came for the sick. So God, we don't see ourselves as a last stopping place to succumb to your illness, but we see our place as more of a place of therapy that acknowledges your wound but gives you treatment to strengthen it. We escort you through the pain of growth so that you can get the full activity of your limbs again. And God, anybody that's gone through therapy in the natural realizes it's sometimes a place you dread to go, because they make you use the injured place until it's strong again. Help us to be a church that allows you to even function in your injured place. Help us counter the false narrative that you can only serve in your place of strength. No, we need to heal. And so let us have patience and love and grace as we learn to be strengthened in the place of our last failure. Let us be supportive at our gifts and our strengths, but let us also cheer louder when somebody's willing to stand in a place in which they caused pain. God, because we want to be whole, not just popular, not just gifted in one area. We want to be whole. All that you predestined us to be. Father, by the time we meet you, the enemy has proven to be more observant of our goodness than we were. He's been at this for a long time. And so he sees our potential before we realize we have it and strategically attacks us in those areas, shattering confidence in the place of our anointing, having us yielding to places that don't give the greatest benefit to our being, and avoiding the places that were given to us for our greatest impact. The place that we receive the greatest criticism, the place that we receive the greatest rejection, is often the place in which the power dwells. Teach us not to run from it. And for those that are holding the hands of someone, remind us of the power of the word of fellowship. Fellowship, koinonia, a fellow companion, someone in the fight too. My neighbor is hurting too. This hand I'm holding They're doing well in some areas. But truth be told, there's some areas where they're not. Just like me. There's some places where the pain can be crippling. Just like me. There's some places in them where self-doubt doesn't just creep up, it flows in like a wave and paralyzes them right in the face of opportunity. Just like me. The moment you open the door for them, their past comes running forward. And it stops being a door of opportunity and becomes a door of suspicion, a door of fear, a door of inadequacies. You're saying, come forward. The past says you don't have it. Just like me. Just like me. So help me, even in my weakened state, be able to whisper words of encouragement to my neighbor. Just being honest by saying to them, you're just like me. But if one could set 1,000, I heard that if I just take you by the hand, holding your hand doesn't erase your past. Holding your hand does not give you amnesia. But maybe I can just give you just a little assurance that you're not alone. In fact, you really are. Just like me. But God made us a promise that if we could just come together, if we could find some commonality, we ain't got to agree on everything, but if whatever we can find some commonality, he says, my 1,000 now jumps to 10,000. Isn't that amazing what happens if you and I can just find some common ground? If you and I can just stop competing and comparing, but get busy searching for common ground, that our power does not become an additional situation, it becomes multiplication. We go from 1,000 to 10,000. Isn't that enough to make you interested in coming into agreement with me? Isn't that enough to make you push past our differences? Look at the benefit that God has promised us if we can just link together. Just two. If just two would do it. And the possibilities. We got way more than two, God. You've brought together way more than two. If two can jump from 1,000 to 10,000. Fellowship. Grateful for my neighbor that worships alongside of me. We come into agreement that God is great. 1,000 to 10,000. We come into agreement that God is able. 1,000 to 10,000. We come into agreement that God is a healer. 1,000 to 10,000. We come into agreement that God is indeed a deliverer. 1,000 to 10,000. Instantly. 1,000 to 10,000. We come into agreement that God is indeed a way maker. I told you about my testimony. I heard your testimony. I can't help but agree with you that God is a way maker. 1,000 to 10,000. A rush of power comes over us with simple agreement. You believe he's able? Yes. 1,000 to 10,000. It's not that deep. It's not that complicated. It's not even impossible. Let's just find what we believe together. Stand in that place while we learn more. And as we learn, we'll agree again. And the power will flow. He promised us. He promised us. I believe in his promises. Do you? 1,000 to 10,000. I believe in his promises. 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 I believe. It's just not enough for me to believe by myself. I need somebody to agree with me, because 1,000 won't do. 1,000 won't do. I got too much coming at me. 1,000 don't even put a dent in it. I need somebody with me. I need the fellowship. Because if you believe in promises, I believe in his promises. 1,000 to 10,000. What is it that you believe? What is it that you believe about him? Tell me what you believe about him so we can come into agreement. It's by ourselves, we're no match. You're so powerful in God. Satan doesn't waste his time by sending just 1,000 at you. I need fellowship. I need it. I need it. And I'm grateful that God created this thing called the church, so that together we can do great exploits. Together we destroy generational curses. Together we release generational blessings. Together our combined glory attracts the lost. We become a light in the city, so that those who are lost can find their way. Just like me. Those that are broken can be slowly put back together. Just like me. Those that feel useless and of no value can discover their righteousness. Just like me. Those who have pasts that are filled with shame can find a reason to lift up their heads, O ye gates. Just like me. Those who have been stripped of their voices can rediscover the sound that's in their belly. Just like me. All because we decided to fellowship. We decided to come together, grow together. Thank you for facilitating that, Holy Spirit.